Hi, I'm Katie.
And I'm James.
And we taught Level 1, Week 2. This week we reviewed what we did last week, so you can check that video out. And we also covered a few new moves. First one was called the boomerang or the yo-yo.
We'll do it from a few different angles. It looks like this.
Rock step, triple step, 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 triple step.
From the side.
Doo-doo-doo.
2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. And then from the back. And
Rock
1, 2,
step,
3.
triple step. Yeah, so if you want a little mantra with that, we can have a rock step, follow in front, step, step, and then back to the side.
Yeah. So the lead for that begins on 3 and 4. So leaders, you're going to take your rock step, and then on 3 and 4, you're going to bring the follower in front of you. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so our followers, we're squared off, meaning our shoulders are facing each other.
Facing each other.
And then we're offset, meaning that our feet are not pointing directly at each other, but
separate tracks.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
from this angle. So this way we're not kicking each other.
Yeah, plenty of space.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we bring the follower in front on 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we take a small step forward, leaders. Followers are taking a small step back. And then backwards on 6.
Yeah, so if we look at it from the side, we are not just stepping in place during that step. Cameo. we're actually stepping forward and backward.
Yeah, there's a
or
slide
backward
forward
and forward.
back. So look
So
like this.
belly button is moving
1, 2, 3, and 4.
through space
5, 6.
and time.
Yeah. And then finally, we do a triple step, bring it back together. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So leaders, on that 7 and 8, we're just bringing the follower back to our side. So you're here in front of us on 6, and then leaders, you're going to bring your arm back to your side on 7 and 8.
So that looks like this without the follow there, as far as what James is doing with his
1,
arm.
2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. From this
Yeah.
angle, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Maybe once more with your back to the camera.
Yes.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah. So you notice that James does a rotational rock step that's kind of similar to the toss across that we covered last week, which really allows me as the follow to spring forward and in front. And as a follow, I'm making sure that I'm staying connected with my lead, not only with my left arm, but also with my back. So I make sure that I always feel that connection there. So as James does that rock step forward, I maintain the connection. And we do talk about the hand on the back a lot for leads, but also for follows. Still, there is a danger zone, so we want to keep it in a nice neutral area,
not
kind
here.
of,
Just
mid back
back.
or kind of up here on the shoulder, depending on what your height is and what's comfortable. Not too low. All right, so let's go to the next move.
Yeah,
we had
so
a
we
promenade.
turn that into a followers in front promenade. It looks like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah.
From the back. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah.
So for that, the 1 through 4 is the same. We're not going to go through that. And then on the 6 and 5 and 6, we're actually leaders. You're going to be walking forwards, followers backwards. So let's do here. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. I'm just taking 2 steps forward, and then I'm also leading the follower backwards.
Yeah.
So leaders, we talked about the connection is sort of on your forearm, but also in your hand. So as you're walking forwards, the follower is going to seek out that connection in your arm.
Yeah, and by his arm, he means along the side of my body. He's still staying connected, so he's not bowing his arm out.
Exactly.
Staying nice and connected with his forearm and his hand. As the leads go forward and I go backward, I make sure to maintain that connection with my back and their hand. And also, my arm kind of comes around. So when we're enclosed, I might have my arm around here on James's back or up here. But as I move around in front, I let my arm travel with me, so I'm not reaching too far.
Yeah, and then also leaders, as you're bringing your follower in front of you, you're letting your hand get a little bit closer to her side. If we still try to reach around too far.
Too close for comfort.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's show that from the back too, of the arm moving, so your arm moving around.
So I'm here, and then as I'm here side by side, as I move my follower in front of me.
Yeah.
Yes.
So his hand travels from this side
Here
to there.
to here.
Yeah. Keeping things nice and comfortable. And then we covered a next move.
Yeah, so the last thing we did was a leaders in front promenade. So it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. From this angle. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So this is very similar to the followers in front, except this time, leaders, you're going to bring yourselves in front of the follower on 3 and 4 without leading the follower anyway.
And James is nice and square with my shoulders too, still providing some nice tracks between our feet. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're here on 4, on 5 and 6, we're just stepping backwards. And then we're going to bring the follower back to our side on 7 and 8, just like the boomerang.
Yeah. So I still have the momentum to go back to James's side for that triple step.
So we played around with those 3 different variations. The main difference in the lead between those is that in the boomerang, the direction change happens on between 5 and 6. So we're going forward to backwards. Whereas in the promenades, we just follow our momentum through the move. 5, 6, 7, and 8.
And as a fun little bonus thing, we showed that you could do pecs on 5 and 6 in the promenade.
Yes. So it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah.
Yes.
Might remember pecs from last week. So you can, again, throw those solo jazz movements into any of your Lindy Hop. It doesn't have to match lead and follow, so follow you can choose to add those in too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, and see you next week.